about back-to-back clunkers and kind of the reality of the where our pitching staff is. A very uncharacteristic outing for Dylan Lee, but I still don't know how the Pete Alonso ball went out. I really don't. I guess it was a bouncy ball tonight. 44-degree launch angle, and I know you're not supposed to, as pitchers or athletes, let results of a batter bleed into others, but I have a feeling that that might have been the case after the leadoff walk to Juan Soto, because it was still a 3-2 ball game, and the walk, and then the Pete Alonso unlucky homer, and then hanging slider to Vientos, and a meatball fastball to Starling Marte, who flipped back the clock to his Pittsburgh Pirates days. And for some reason, the New York Mets were web gems of all web gems tonight. The best defensive team ever. Definitely not the New York Yankees, but and they took advantage. They hit 6 homers tonight after Dylan Lee crumbled. That's probably his second worst outing of the year. He gave up another 4 spot against the Angels, but it just kind of spiraled on him. And then Austin Cox didn't have a good time either. But I feel like we hit a lot of balls hard and didn't get results. Starling Marte also nabbed Nacho Alvarez in the bottom of the third for a fly ball double play instead of 3-1. So that took momentum. And then in the 6th, we had Ronald, 106-mile-an-hour bolt that Lindor was able to flag down. And then Taylor, headlong Superman dive, nabbed Money Mike of possible double, triple. And so instead of being 3-3 and all the momentum with our big horses in the back end of the bullpen. And by the way, Dylan Lee hadn't given up a run in August, and neither had the other Pierce Johnson, Iggy, none of that. So it was just kind of, it all spiraled and exploded in the wrong way. Cal Quantrill was pretty solid. Unfortunately, the 3rd inning got away from him. Gave up a leadoff single to Lindor, a walk to Soto, a double steal, because the Mets are amazing at that. And then was able to get Pete Alonso to ground out with the infield in, and Vientos to strike out, but Jeff McNeil was able to squeak it just fair inside the pole, so 3-0, and then his Cavs started barking on him with 2 outs and a runner on in the 5th, and Tyler Kinley was able to get out of that and pitch a clean 6th inning as well. He's been a shot in the arm for the bullpen, but it was just one of those things. And then we had 1st and 2nd 2 outs in the 7th, and Sean Murphy's just in one of those invisible baseball stretches where nothing's going right, and he hasn't played a lot and only has 1 hit in August. It's just the human side of it that you hate. It's not working, and is what it is. It's just unfortunate, but the Mets took advantage. We couldn't. But when you have 17 different starters this season in one season, that's not a recipe for success. And the good stretch of baseball that the Braves have been playing, it's just kind of back to a dose of reality of what our situation is. It is what it is. It still sucks to watch, but it's how we got to deal with the rest of the season. Hopefully Cal's okay, and because he did rebound and was solid. But as always, go Braves, champions forever. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, helps out a lot. Thanks, guys.